Isolation Ship 33120. Nearly 1,000 people died today in the USA of COVID-19. I push myself to do the outside walk because my husband is not well enough to accompany me. I made a thick green loom around a tree in my backyard garden. I can no longer buy plants, pots, or dirt, but I can split profuse aloe vera. It likes stretching out, feeling in places where it is welcome. An aloe finger offers itself from an elevated perch next to my outdoor chair. It actually curves on the end as if it wants to be held. I clasp its cool finger and feel comfort and connection to life. Isolated in quarantine, I take comfort where I can. I have a husband, 2 cats, and plants that love me. COVID days and Corona nights, floor 220. Wild animals visit just behind the garden fence in the outback with caliche and cacti on a steep incline. Thankfully, the fence is a deterrent to the feral that scatter when I open the door. Only the odd squirrel or cat comes near the fountain that leaves bobcats and foxes teased and thirsty. I water my desert garden of pots on concrete and gravel. I walk out several times a day and love it briefly, like a tourist enjoying a country she doesn't live. I take successful breaks from media, then I turn it on. Numbers are mounting on the tote board of death. And we are ordered inside. I know the yard is safe, and meditating Buddhas near falling water invite calm, but I'm like the feral now. I've made a paradise where I can't sit still. I survey the land and back away. It teases and leaves me thirsty. Brief escape bummer, 4/9/20. The trip to the fast food place wasn't exciting as I expected. 3 people were clumped behind the window laughing. One handing out food with no mask or gloves. Yet we ate it, sitting in the car outside a park, closed due to COVID-19. El Paso had 225 confirmed cases today and 1 death. Quarantine felt safer, a huddling in a room, cozy and familiar with someone I love. Home is a comfortable prison, and I just wanted to go there. El Paso, 393 confirmed cases, 6 deaths, 4/16/20. I'm living in an inverted dream, waking up in a nightmare of being trapped in a 50s black and white B-movie. Bad script, stiff actors. When the villain shoots the sheriff with the prop gun, he dies. At first we think his acting has improved, but the fake blood doesn't stop because it's real. The stone stare on the whitening face is becoming a monument to life, a reminder at all ends he won't get up again. The killer is invisible. The theaters are closed. Life is not a movie, and this isn't a dream. Coping through insanity. El Paso, 645 cases, 10 deaths, 4/22/20. Grief is a burden I clutch the way I pull my coat tight in cold winter winds. When sleep is on the edge, a promise of relief coming, but it never arrives. I play this game where being claustrophobic and introverted sets up a special tension, as if a character in a video game is controlled by a virtual lever in another galaxy, then drops through a black hole where all is reversed. Mirrors there are fluid, and the psyche is set free. Floating beyond time, where dreams are reality. In a swirling silence, and peace is a leaf on a river. Tonight we tried out for a sci-fi movie. April 16, 2020, El Paso, 505 cases, 8 deaths. We were two old hippies on a mountaintop in a cool wind. One set banging on a clanky knockoff pan drum, while the other played the car door with one hand, clicking the fingers on the sun visor with the other. People may have been stunned, entertained, or bemused. 3 parking spaces apart, while the deadly unseen stalked and threatened. From the darkness arose music to match the mood. We were aliens who hear another register no human can detect, pleasing our own race in another galaxy, saluting our infinite connection to all raced to here, together touched by grief and compassion. With hope for at least the most boring day we ever had before COVID-19. Masks are required in public now. El Paso, 4/24/20. You get inventive or die during lockdown. My little camp out tonight is just in the backyard, in a reclining lawn chair, in an alcove of green, under a sheltering ash. Now I hear the tiny life flutter in the stillness, with chime breezes, distant train whistles, and track rumbles in Mexico. For 9 years I've thought of this, an adventure within rock walls, protected from hungry wildlife, with spice from another country. No mask required. I don't know if I'll sleep tonight. I can't sleep inside. Might as well not sleep here. Lockdown Yin Yang, El Paso, 2/25/2020. 780 cases, 12 deaths. On bad days, exercise is in trips to the refrigerator and back. Movies are about shipwrecks and bad weather, mafia, Hitler. Political statements rankle in absurdity as politicians lie because manipulation is key and devotees will believe anything. Disgust churns with people grasping for more when they have enough, pushing people to work in a pandemic, convincing them they will otherwise starve, and it's their duty to offer their lives for the economy. On good days, you can see drive-by parades for loved ones' birthdays. You noticed what you need and what you don't. That happiness is in connection and goals, not gold. People nod and wave on neighborhood walks, will move 6 feet to the side if coming toward you. Friends you barely know ask if you need anything. You connect to family by phone. You try meditation instead of medication. You can imagine an end in sight. And you're not alone.